We trying to build a family union in trucking. You know, dependability, loyalty, or brotherhood.
Well, let's backtrack. Y'all introduce yourselves and then explain exact the full concept so people can understand what they joining, so they can come in with the right idea.
Okay. Well, my name is William. Um,
I'm Gotti.
Brandon,
Brian.
yeah,
you ain't gonna
and,
better get no funding like
I
that.
already know.
we are truck mafia. You know, we trying to build a brotherhood and a family for truckers.
Building,
Yes.
take the try out of it. We gonna do it.
Yes. And it's basically people that been in the game. I'm starting in the game, and I'm trying to think from not the aspect that most people think from, is just getting trucking moving forward. I'm trying to think the other way down,
What
which
you mean?
is connections, setting my routes up before I get my truck, so I can start making money when I get my truck. You know, building relationships with shippers, building relationship with brokers, learning inside and out of what's going on inside the truck world. So I'm setting myself up not to lose.
Right. What's the major? Because people are benefit motivated. What's the major benefit to individuals coming to join?
Basically having the support
The support system.
mentally, physically. You know what I'm saying? If you have a breakdown, somebody else in the group ain't that far away. They can help you rescue your load, recover it, deliver it. Actually getting in a group. If you feel like you're alone, you got other people in there that you can talk to. You know, we hang out on the phone, we parlay. Sometimes it's group talks. You know, we talk about everything from trucking, shippers, parts, customizing your truck.
Y'all have a what do you call them lines? It's a group line where you gotta put a code in.
Nah, most of the time us
Phone tree.
we straight direct, so we just three-waying. Everybody just three-waying up. So
Yeah,
before you know it,
line.
we got about like 5 or 6 people on there in one group. Somebody else chime in later, you know, we checking on it. Or I'm out like 1 o'clock in the morning. I text somebody else, you out? Next thing you know, we linked up. Somebody else woke up, came on, now they in there. So
What states you in, and what's your vision for, you know, like nationwide?
I mean, I would prefer to be nationwide because the same stuff we do here in Baltimore, we can probably leave and be in North Carolina. We can be in California, you know, Florida. Same deal. Like, we might be down there and truck might break down, but we got an alliance with somebody down there now. They can help us out down there, put us in, you know, the right direction for a shop. Or somebody else might be a mechanic. They can come out and help us. You know, it's just returning favors stuff.
Oh yeah, truck mafia is just not set up for drivers.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
It's
truck mafia
What else
is set up for brokers. You know, truck mafia is set up for partnership, a union. Say for instance, if it's like you say, if it's 4 or 5 of us, and somebody break down, to making the lessen the pain on your pockets, you know, we chip in as a brotherhood. Yeah,
Is it dues involved?
we working out the schematics now on that. We have to meet with all the members of Truck Mafia before we set forth, before we implement certain things.
Because
It has to be agreed on.
Yeah, right now I feel like we should probably do the due part more so because you know some people will be kind of wondering like where's money going. I feel like when an issue occurred and somebody put it out there in the group like look such and such had an issue with this is the price, you feel me? And then you can start taking like, you know, we don't have to touch it. They can go straight cash after them or Zelle however they get it and let them take care of the part. Only is once you do it, it's kind of like it starts a list. XYZ had this issue. It was 1,800. So next time somebody else have an issue, he should be coming out of his pocket too to help the next person with versus just receiving it on his own.
Right.
So
That's a good idea. And the headquarters.
For a yard.
We looking for a spot like a yard now.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
that'll
talk
be
to Sam?
I ain't had a chance to. Talk to Sam?
Nah, you got his number, don't you? I got it. I can give it to you.
It's gonna be a beautiful thing when it comes together.
Yeah, you know what? You got Truck King in here too, though.
Nah, that's just a title. Like Christ is a title. You a truck king. All of us is. Ain't queens. It's a lot of women out here driving too, crushing the game.
Yes, they are. I spoke to a grant writer, and
You don't want no grants. They start trying to control movements. What's your overall? Take the step by step out of it. What are you visioning in your mind? Where you saying this how this gonna be at full capacity? Like you go back to the basics. What made you choose the name?
I basically choose the name off of what I always been doing in the first place, was kind of trying to collab with good people.
Right. That's how we met.
Yeah, and more so like networking. Trying to put everything in a perspective versus it just kind of like being out there scattered. We kind of making it where the knowledge is more accessible now, because like the connection is more accessible. So like what I do is I take like the mechanics I run in corner with, for real. I put their information in that group. So now I just don't have it. Everybody else got it. Tire guy, put them in there. Boom. Everybody needs tires. Now you got the access at hand. You feel me? You don't have to go looking for it. So the information is there. That's why I said it ain't just for the group. Is kind of more so private than it is public, because having people just jumping there and just taking information out of it, it's not growing. You feel me? If you come and you bringing something in there and you throwing something in the mix, it's helping everybody gain from it.
So, what would include or exclude somebody as far as you? The other members gotta agree on each person that come in, or what would stop somebody from being a part of it, or kick somebody out rather?
I mean, it's not ran like a gang where somebody gotta kind of approve you to go into it. But the thing is, though, if you post, you come into it, you click and request, you can get in the group. You know what I'm saying? Eventually somebody in there gonna know you, then they gonna know what type of person they might be dealing with, but it's not for like you to be commenting negatively on somebody's information or whatever like that.
And how you gonna stop it's a lot of stuff happening in trucking and in the cities anyway. How to stop authorities from trying to group things together in association with someone that may incidentally get in some trouble, or how to vet people out that could even be potentially trouble, so they don't bring that negative to the group and then try to tie everybody into it, because they're famous for doing that.
It's basically sociable, so everybody's their own individual. It's not like you. That's why I said about joining a gang or a club or something like that. It's more like it's just a website. You can basically get on there, get in there, get information. It's helping with trucking versus trying to put it together as we an organized, organization or something like that. So
shit, if you're gonna do it, might as well go all the way.
I mean, if it happens to go as big as we want it to go, then let it be. But
I think how our circle is, even the small circle that we have now, it comes from character,
right? And
you have to be put in by vouching.
I think you should have to.
No, I mean that's basically how it's been going though. But I mean basically like I was talking about more so out of state. So that way, you're not really knowing who you're gonna know unless you already got somebody down there, and then it eventually grow into more and more people in that state that can basically be like, oh yeah, I know such and such.
I remember when I had, went through the Masons, and you gotta be invited in by a brother. You can't just go be a part of something just because you want to. Because then the individual that brought you in, like we was talking earlier, about referring people to the mechanics,
Right.
then that person is responsible and accountable if you do something out of order and
Right.
it affect the group, then that falls bad on that person. So then it gives them more incentive to try to keep any nonsense away.
Right.
You know, we recently saw that with not going too deep into it, but like, well, you seen it over history with motorcycle gangs, and not just gangs, clubs and organizations and all. Because if anybody one bad seed, it'll ruin the whole crop.
Right.
Yeah. I believe good people know good people. It comes from time. And when you want to be a part of an organization, first of all, what do you bring to the table? And what do you offer? You know, not only that, I have to see your hustle, you know, because we out here grinding. There's times I didn't even want to go home, you know, because I want to get money. I want better things in life for myself. I want better things in life for the people that's around me. But like you say, some people can be a liability. So therefore, if in fact you out here putting the work in just like I'm putting the work in, we share the same common goal, then that's something to be looked at.
Where the idea originate from? How does all even come together?
Well, he already tried it.
Well, he been doing it. It's a lifestyle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we connect, because we got like spirits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you tried it before?
Yeah, I kind of tried it with people I knew, more so like friends and stuff like that, help them out, you know, try to bring together. We start our own stuff. Like it first started like, all right, we're going to get a yard. We're going to do this, you know, try to help each other out. We're going to talk about work, connecting. Tried it with them. Some of them got in and just kind of looked like it was just like one-sided motives to it, and versus just trying to come together as a whole. So it's like once they got what they was trying to get for real, it's kind of like they started slacking up, falling off. But I was still keeping the same movement, and you know, I ain't gonna say it ain't work. So when I was telling Cuz about it, he like, man, you just had the wrong people. I was like,
Nah,
say
it
so.
ain't over. You doing it now.
No, but that's what he said. He was like, man, nah, you just had the wrong group of people. Don't give up on it. You like, go back to it. I was like, well, he was like, look at the people you're doing now. I said, yeah, you true. All right, cool. I do have a nice group of people right now, and I introduced him to him as well, putting him in the mix. He's seen it now, so it's like when we all on the phone tripping, he a part of the group. He not left out on nothing. He can relate to it. We all on that tripping. It's more so became just associates at first. Now you more entwined with people's lives now. So you like, you know what somebody going through, you know, y'all can talk about it. You might not feel comfortable talking to me on the phone, but you got his number. You can probably pull him up to the side, you know, and talk to him on a whole nother level.
You think about like yearly conventions and quarterly conventions and stuff like that.
Yeah, we spoke about that.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us have how can you say it?
If you build it, there it come.
Mm-hmm. What you mean, like?
Most of us like toys, you know, bikes, cars. Now we in the trucks. You know, we want our trucks to be notarized, more say. The conventions would be good when we get on one page in one union, you know, and they gonna know about it because the future we have, like we have, some of you know minor mechanics, and he out there helping a brother now, you know, his truck failed, he out there in the cold with him, you know, I'm not mechanically inclined, but I come out there, what you need, you know what I'm saying, we all out there. Man, you call him, I don't care what it is, minor or major, if You know, he trying to help you save money. He trying to use his connections for you.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, it definitely is. We
I
got
think
teachers.
I think it's some stuff to think about though. I don't know how when they get big, how they receive the name. If they had tried, because that name come with a history attached to it. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you kind of like look mafia, it kind of stands for family though anyway. So it's kind of like
That's true.
You know, building a truck of family. It ain't more so like looking at it the negative end, more the positive end of it.
Well, you have other mafias inside the trucking world. You have large car mafia. You have big truck mafia, and they've been in the game for a while. I did think about the stigmatism under the name, but the stigmatism kind of like de-escalates once they see your work ethic. You know, your work ethic mean more than a title.
Maybe more than anything, really.
Mm-hmm. So the work ethic, like I say, we are the brothers that band together because we always on the road. We always on the grind. You know, it ain't no chill time just cause you up. You know.
Did y'all incorporate yet, or do the non-profit
No, we
or
did
full profit?
We did. So it's TM Incorporated. You know, can't put mafia on it, so they had to keep it just simple and easy. So yeah, TM Incorporated stands for the Truck Mafia Incorporated. It's basically like it's signed up to. Also, we're doing brokering out of there. You got dispatchers. You got a lot of leased on operatives. Like, you know, you get a truck, you want to find out, you want to figure it out. You can sign up, you know, sign on, lease on, get your work like that. So it's signed up where you can actually get on, have access to the load boards on your own, or if you just want the lazy trucker, don't want to do too much, you want somebody book your work for you because you don't have the time to do it. Don't have the, you know, I ain't gonna say the sense of it, but the knowledge of basically knowing how to book your own loads to make it successful.
So what kind of trailers?
That's for dry van, flatbed, you know, any like
Hot
that's what we do right
shots,
now. So
Do you hot shots?
No, but that is set up for that. You know, so we don't want to be limited to what we can do.
And containers though.
And box trucks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about jobs? People coming that want jobs that don't own trucks, or is it a requirement to own a truck?
No, it's not a requirement because we plan on purchasing a couple other trucks that somebody can drive for a company. So more so like we'll have probably like a small fleet for right now for like 5.
Yeah.
Probably bring on 5 just individual regular company drivers and have them on there as well. So if that grows, they'll probably keep them in the truck if they choose to stay on as long as they want to. Within the first year or 2, they can probably go ahead and purchase the truck. Because basically they drove it, they know it. If they want to buy it, they can go ahead.
Go ahead and keep it.
So it's giving them an option to go ahead instead of taking a harder route to try to purchase a truck like we all went through. You got a truck, you started off in a company driver, you familiar with it, you had work done to it, you worked on it, you might like it. So go ahead and take over the, just buy it out.
What else?
I don't know, so much to go on.
Yeah,
Well, you gotta let them know if you're gonna introduce them to what you started. This your dream. You gotta put it out there. It's gonna become what you make it.
We put us on the spotlight.
Yeah, I know he did.
You know I'm saying for that. But that's what. But we out here to help each other. So
Yes.
he tell me he started something, then let's push it.
Yeah, I would like to have all different walks of life because truck mafia also, you know, is the beginning of full logistics, basically. I want to be able to have to where as though you can come to truck mafia and learn how to get your CDLs. I want you to come to truck mafia to be trained properly to go out there. I went to I ain't gonna say the name.
Y'all should take over this.
What?
That's what y'all should do.
You
Actually.
trying to turn this into a podcast, ain't you?
No, I'm not. I'm saying I started out trying to help people with trucking, and y'all, I've been doing it individually. Y'all have a group. I ain't thinking about the podcast. That's stuff is just tools. But what I'm saying is, your vision is to do it collectively.
Right.
Why don't y'all just take what I started with what you started and put it together and
That's what I was
go
hoping
forward.
to eventually get to anyway, because you know I see it. You basically started where you helping people with the CDLs and stuff as well, you know, and
Cause this ain't about Sean, it's about helping people. That's what I'm saying.
right.
And if you got the same mind and that's what you're working towards, then y'all two heads together can probably go a whole lot further than I done went on my own.
Well, that'd be something in the makings. You pass down what you know, and we can pass it down to help somebody else.
I don't know no more, no less than anybody. Especially not him. The only difference is that I took the time and effort to pull myself into people. That's the only difference.
Are you guys doing truck rentals? Trailer rentals with the TM? Like
That's
say
gonna
if
be
you're-
more so like if you came on and you had your own truck, but you was power only. The
Right.
same how we was talking about breakdowns.
Yeah.
No, we find you a truck. I mean, you find you a trailer. If it's within reason, everybody can meet the conditions of it. We come out of pocket, pitch into it. Now you got a trailer.
Right.
Now he need a trailer. You feel me? Now we go out of pocket and we help him get his. So everybody got at least one trailer.
Understood.
And the thing about it, we doing this from scratch, no funding.
It sound like y'all got a member. Join.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. People, I'm not gonna speak for people. I'm gonna speak for myself. I work for a company, and when you work for a company, you give them your full time, your dedication. You know, I put the company before I put my family. Because I know once I get the money, I put in time with the company, I'm building my CDL, I'm building knowledge of being on the road, going through situations to know what not to do and what to do. And when you giving your dedication to a company and the company don't give you the same type of loyalty, I know it's a business, but it's still supposed to come with some type of reciprocation.
Well, I hate to say this, people don't go and get prostitutes and then pay them for a service, and then when it's time to get up, then they expect them to come home with them and cook them dinner. It's a business transaction. It's the same thing.
Well, I kind of want to make it a better.
Unless you work for family, that's something different.
I ain't even the best of neither.
Well, that's what I want to change. It sound like, you know, everything is business, but
Okay, I understand what you're saying. You work for a company and they looked at it as a high and buy, but building the truck mafia, employing people, you're not just being employed by a job and it's just business. You joining a family that offers you a job, that pays you, but you still a part of the collective.
right, you're not feeling
I see.
left
I
out.
get you.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about you not being paid, or you don't have to worry about if I'm down and out, that I'm out of work and my family ain't gonna be able to eat. You know, we come together as a collective to make sure that doesn't happen. Just like I say, it's hard on somebody when
All right, now
you can hold
you
me
know
to
when you
these
say
things.
something.
You can hold me to that.
Cause that's kind of like that. Not to pitch in.
Nah, you need to
that's
pitch
kinda
in.
Like what I be looking at, like, all right. Say like if I put my truck on somebody, right? What I'm gonna do when my truck go down? Will this company give me one of their trucks?
Nope, we gonna have another one
Lease one
available.
too and shit like that. You know, like Fleet Transit, they do that. Like if your truck go down, they give you a rental truck. Like certain port companies do that too.
Yeah.
And some of them got built-in mechanics. You know how like we all coming together and we building something. I might know a mechanic that's better than the mechanic you know. But sometimes you can't go cheaper. You like your mechanic might cost an extra couple dollars, but my mechanic might be cheaper. But his work not better than your mechanic. So sometimes you might gotta pay that extra few dollars to get it done right.
Yeah, but see, that's building a relationship with them. That's why we wanted the yard. So we got the yard. We already have a mechanic that's probably on site, and we got other ones that come in. Probably like have Lee pull up. Lee can pull up, and, you know, and work on somebody's stuff right there. It ain't kind of like it's a property like you know how you go to the TA and the outside mechanic come on there. Oh, you can't do work on our property because they ain't a part of it.
Cause that's why a lot of people really be scared to jump out there because they be like, oh, like y'all said earlier, I invest all my money into this, and then I don't.
But you got your help though. See, 1, 2, then everybody else in the company, we help pitch in. You know, you back up and running.
People don't think like that. They be like, man, look, I jump out there, all I got is this. I paid 15 for the truck, all I got is 5,000 left. Everybody keep telling me, oh, I should have 10, 20, but you go ahead. The trucks go down every day. You might buy your truck, go take it to the shop, get it fixed. 2 days later, it's down again. And now look, he out of business. That quick.
Well, that goes back to the question Sean asked. So y'all gonna be charging dues, and in order to create a bank, you're gonna have to pay into something. You know, so like I said, we gotta figure that out.
So that comes with a whole lot of responsibility. I see they keep trying to run these Black Lives Matters down in the whole, but it's not just them. All organizations that have took money have got a history. I mean, if you go back.
You can also set up the ways that your business get funded.
I mean, we could just have it where everybody have it set up to a bank account. Where you just put it in there and make everybody feel safer for it. That way, if you have an issue, I guess you write a check out or sell or something.
Yeah, or like y'all said earlier, like the pot. Everybody, if everybody trusting it, we all as one. Every month or every couple of weeks or so, because we're making a nice amount of money a week. Just put the money into the pot. So when something do happen, we like if it's us three. I'm putting what, 500 a week in there. That's 2,000 a month.
That's too much. That's something that be going out. That's coming out of your pocket of another bill you can help your life with. You know?
That's just
something small is like 50 to 100 would be good if you got a strong 20 people.
Right. People, right? Yeah. I'm just throwing a ballpark number out there.
Along with the members that come along with Truck Mafia, you will come across people that is going to be able to be financial investors. If you're doing something right, people gonna want to be a part of it. If you're doing something right, people gonna want to support you. But you gotta have an idea. It has to be planned out. Okay, so now the situation is premature, but this is what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? We want to create a family environment. We want to create a brotherhood, a sisterhood, because you know.
Why she drive?
We want to.
I got another female to drive as well.
I got a lot of people coming to me, you know, wanting to learn dispatching. I got a lot of people coming to me wanting to learn, you know, asking me about the mechanic aspect. Therefore, I cannot myself be able to give them any knowledge, but I can transfer the power to somebody who does. A dispatcher that's very good, or a broker. You know, somebody might want to come in and be trained under the broker. It's a lot to learn in this business, and to have a well-oiled foundation, you have to have all walks of life: dispatchers, brokers, mechanics, and investors. It all becomes to form one big team.
So then what's the benefit of the investors? Because they're going to want something back in return. They investing or donations. If somebody invests in something, they're going to be seeking their return.
And well, donations is we're not nonprofit.
I'm not soliciting for donations, but I'm saying you mentioned investors. What, aside from them saying what everybody doing, what's the benefit they gonna be getting out of it? Cause they gonna want something back.
I mean, at the point right now, we kind of wasn't looking for the investors or donations. It was kind of like more so in-house at first. like towards just building us up, getting where we need to be at, and it's all in house. We're not looking for. We basically looking for it to build itself versus somebody putting an investment into it and then they looking for something out of it. That ain't why we coming together in the first place, to get something out of it. It's more like we doing this to be as one. So it's like it's the difference between getting a loan and then you actually saving the money yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we do it in-house, we saving ourselves versus having to pay back somebody else for putting in.
Right, and then also as a group, insurance rates go down.
Yeah, they're cheap.
Insurance is cheaper.
And you get more work because you got
every truck you go down. How does that?
It's like every so many trucks as you put down as a fleet, your number of insurance comes down lower and lower.
Okay.
So it's like the same way with brokers. If you got like one truck, it's like, all right, we can supply you this amount of work, but they trying to look at you to lowball you. Now it's like we get a whole big group of trucks we bringing on 20, 30 trucks or something like that. Now it's like we'll get more bulk work. We actually might end up getting a dedicated lane where whoever want to run that lane, we get more opportunity. Right.
That's why a lot of people don't got direct freight because you only got one truck.
Exactly.
And GAF down the street, they require 5. It's several others.
I have 2 lanes, 2 dedicated lanes coming into what we're doing. I have the map outs of what cities they go to, the routes that be paid. But like I say, that's what I'm trying to work on, is making sure we got money to be made, you know, and once we set forth and actually set out here, we ain't stagnant.
Right.
You know.
How much time is it going to require your people
We just
that join?
That's a good question.
I can't.
With a lot of people driving?
Yeah, everybody, mostly.
What you mean as far as like them coming on?
You ever read this book, Think and Grow Rich?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the mastermind,
right,
and the meetings. That's why you see all these organizations, they always had like a yearly conference, a 6-month conference, a quarterly conference, and then a lot of them have either monthly, some of them have weeklies, where they come together and discuss what the plans for moving forward is.
Oh yeah, we basically put that down as a actual quarterly though. So we can kind of like touch bases on everybody, see how they feel, see how everything going, let them know what's new coming to the group. So it's gonna be kind of like an updated newsletter almost, but it's just me in person. So it's like the quarterly.
Right. And Maryland?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's where it's starting at. So, you know, eventually it might, you know, trickle down the line to somewhere else, you know, and then somebody else will hold a meeting down there, or, you know, we'll fly in or drive down and go have a meeting with them also as well to let them know what we got going on down here. And then if they got something going on down there, that we can kind of like swip swap. So it's kind of like if you down Virginia, we here in Baltimore. It's like we got Baltimore locked down. They got Virginia locked down. So now they want to come up top. We want to go down bottom, and we just go ahead and start swapping our laps. So at least we got work.
Yeah, you know, just about everybody, not just in trucking though.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the intriguing things about Gotti. People need to recognize. They don't. People see you at work and think that's your whole life and don't even know how far your hand reach.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Well, it's all about who you know. I had people come to me and say, man, they ain't doing right at this teaching school. They just want to take your money, this and that.
That's true.
So I say, well, I got somebody. I'll send them your way, you know? I see where your vision at. I see where your heart at. I even thought about, well, I went to school, and then when I got put out in the game, on the streets of the truck, what I learned was basic necessity in school. But there's certain things that they didn't teach you that I got faced with when I got out there. And for my 5200, I think I was supposed to know this, you know.
How many people was in class with you?
I was in a people with 5 because funding the COVID funds had ran out. I had to come out of pocket for mine, and it was only 5 people in my class.
How many instructors?
6.
So there's more teachers than instructors?
Yes, it was.
I mean, more instructors than students?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I didn't, like, they didn't teach us docking. You know, they taught you offset, but offsetting and docking is different, you know. I didn't really get the hang of it until I tore the flares off the back of a truck from being in tight spaces, and knowing the degrees of jackknife, you know. I had to learn a lot firsthand, and guys told me, work for a company when you first get your CDL, mess their truck up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I learned the hard way. I used to take everybody on until the insurance got to the point where they canceled me and I had to go to another insurance company that wasn't going for it.
He told me, you know, and then I guess as the more months and more experience I got, he put me in Mr. Green. And I say, this KW is way different from a Freightliner. You gotta respect it more. You gotta know what you're doing. Different turning ratios, different horsepower. It's a whole different beast.
How can people find y'all, and when are y'all gonna have your initial introduction where you're allowing people to come down and see what y'all about and join in person? Because you're gonna have to have it in person and start running advertisement to invite people down.
Well,
I mean, for one, on IG right now, it's Truck Mafia Inc., but it's Truck_Mafia_INC. So it'll be a picture of a green W9 on that. But like I said, that's just on the beginning. So once we build it, I say we can probably have close right now. It's gonna be like the winter. Build it up now. Probably by the summertime, we have something like an event. You know, probably like a park cookout or something, or hold or something like how it's going right now, like a seminar or something people can come to. You know, talk. Hopefully, you got enough people there to network to give off like different stuff as far as like, you know, brokering, dispatcher, and stuff like that to have people more intrigued.
or
Why y'all don't do it next month?
Mm.
I'm trying to push your eyes because I see
know,
what
I
you
see.
what you want, and I believe you can get it. All it is putting the fire behind it and taking it on. You know enough people to get it going, and you have enough knowledge up here of the game and just life in general, and your background to allow you to deal with different individuals on different levels. So it's just a matter of pushing it real hard and making it happen.
yeah.
I'll get back. We'll get
So,
a date.
not before y'all close out, so it's just y'all two right now?
Nah, it's
Nah, I'm coming along for the ride. I see what he trying to do. Well, what he doing.
Right.
What he doing is the same thing that I've been doing, but his vision of it is on the grander scale.
Right.
My thing is just helping people along in life. His thing is creating a whole entire family environment where everybody is pitching in and everybody is pushing each other forward and everybody getting money and making money and sharing resources.
Yeah, I understand. Keeping everybody afloat.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm not a social person, so he is.
Nah,
So I'm thinking on the individual level. He's thinking on the complete. I run solo. I don't get along with people.
Understandable.
So he's thinking on a grander scale. That's what I'm saying. Y'all can take this, add it with that, push what you got going forward, and then you can lead people the way you know, in the direction that you're pushing towards, the vision that you see. But people got to be aware of what you want to happen.
Yeah.
And gotta be organized and freshly put together and pushed in people's face. And that's like when you hear a song you don't like and they keep playing on the radio, and then next thing you know you singing it.
Catch it.
You gotta stay in people's face with it, and they have to see the good for an extended period of time to believe, because there's so much negative out here and so much tomfoolery. Everybody trying to run something on somebody, so people gotta be made believers, and then they'll join.
I mean, it speaks for itself. We do the stuff we talking about right now. We do within the circle right now. The people we got. So like, we got people in the group trucks that went down. Our people to help recover them. You know, finish their loads for them. Like we had some people fall short in the group on funds. That didn't happen. You know, people that pitched in gave money.
And that's the stuff that make people believers.
Yeah,
but they have to be aware that this is happening.
Yeah. Then we got, like, let's say we all be out at night trucking or during the daytime. We got group chats on the phone, so we always talking about stuff. Like I said, whether it be truck related or personal.
Yeah, because I sat on the phone with you for about 2 hours one night. He got me stuck. I was stuck in Virginia.
Yeah.
So deep in the conversation. I called you out the blue. We was talking about trucks, and then before you know it, we started talking about personal stuff. And he was able to like to assist me on the personal side.
But that's how he is. He all American, honestly. Not to try to. I'm serious. This motherfucker do everything. We've been golfing one time. Like, how the fuck you know how to golf?
Then I had his number in my phone for like 4 years. So it was just a blessing for me to be able to think about him and then give him a call and see what he had going on.
His number was still in my phone. He probably showed him, like, what's up? He like, man, you go to town? I said, yeah, JP. He's like, all right.
He knew exactly what it was. I'm like, man.
No, God, he's a good guy. That's why I see you gotta push it in people's face.
Yeah, exactly. And when I first met you up BWI, you only had one truck, and you went up to 8 trucks. So if you do it once, you can do it twice.
Yeah, but if you can do it by yourself, imagine what you can do.
Remember I told you, I said last time I didn't want to take on no more trucks.
Listen,
but the thing is how, like the energy he's talking about, everybody keep coming to me, hey, when you gonna do this, when you gonna do that? And I was like, well, I'll think about it. Right. So when me and Cuz got on the same note, we was talking, he was like, man, I think you should do it. I'm like, well, we gonna do it together then, because I need the help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's more so, I got my broker involved now. You know, we got a dispatcher involved now. Like, it just started picking up more and more after he said exactly what he said. Then it started making sense. I'm like, you know what?
Built relationships as well on the outside. So it's not like a person like me or somebody else that don't have just starting authority. You already got relationships.
But then you know y'all two gonna have to stick together and do it together though, right?
Oh no, listen, with him I ain't gotta worry about nothing, trust nothing.
I know, but what I'm getting at is it take the energy of both of y'all put together. That's what make the magic. So a lot of the times people start off and then when one person veer off, look at most major groups and then you see when one goes, look at Drew Hill. Yeah, you could have stuck together.
You got a lot of different personalities coming.
Yeah, you do have
we got a lot to call though.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. Like, I done had it